gozando. Vas moviendo la cintura, sube la temperatura. Yo te regalo mi universo, ya no lo pienses más. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Déjame decirte, mami, una cosita. Yo te doy lo que tú necesitas. Solo quiero que tú seas mía. Quiero hacértelo. La luna yo te bajaré. Mi corazón te lo daré. Conmigo vas a enloquecer. Yo quiero estar contigo. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Oye, él no te quiere, no sabe cuidarte. Oye, yo tengo un mundo para darte. Yo solo quiero cuidarte. Oye, mueve la cintura. Oye, que seas mía toda la vida. Solo eso quiero.
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is SPEEDy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Makudi will bring moments of your life. And I am Benjamin Kuji. Today we'll be discussing the MPFL. Heartland FC, that was among the clubs that were relegated last season, is back in the MPFL. We'll find out about that, the reason why they're also playing in the league this season. But before we go into that, let's bring you up to speed with the latest sport news around you and around the world. The Tigers head coach Reina Wakama has charged her players to give their all in the clash with Cameroon. The defending champions will be up against the Central Africans in a 2025 Women's Afro-Basket quarterfinals fixtures in Abidjan. Nigeria and Cameroon are unbeaten in the competition. With a place in the last four at stake, Wakama declared that it is important for her team to improve on their performance from the previous games. This is the business end of the tournament, and as a team, we know what is at stake, and we are following through on our set goals and each game, she said. The Tigers are unbeaten in the last four editions of the Women's Afro-Basket. Nigeria's sprint hurdler and world record holder Tobi Amusan will be among female athletes required to undergo a mandatory genetic gender test under new regulation introduced by World Athletics ahead of the 2025 World Championships in Tokyo. According to the updated eligibility rule released by the global body, every athlete competing in the female category must, starting from September 1st, 2025, complete a one-time genetic test to confirm their biological sex. The test aimed at detecting the presence of the SRY gene typically found in the Y chromosomes will be conducted via cheek swab or blood sample. World Athletics President Sebastian Coe defended the new policy, insisting it is necessary to maintain fairness and women's sport. Amusan, the 2022 world champion and current 100-meter hurdles world record holder, is preparing to defend her national title at the Nigerian Championships in Lagos from August 1st to 3rd as part of her build-up to the Tokyo event beginning September 13. And back to our topic of discussion. The Nigerian Professional Football League (NPFL) recently affirmed its zero tolerance stand on the sale of league slots, declaring such practice as a direct violation of its operational guideline and core principles. Speaking during the league's annual general meeting and official draws in Abuja, NPFL chairman Otumba Gbenga Elegbeleye addressed recent concerns regarding Heartland's acquisition of Beyond Limits slot. Elegbeleye explained that the intervention became necessary as both Beyond Limits and Remo Stars are owned by the same entity, as an arrangement that breaches the league's regulation against dual ownership. He said, "In this situation, Beyond Limits and Remo Stars are from the same source. We cannot allow one entity to own two clubs in the NPFL. It is against the rule. The proprietor of Beyond Limits never mentioned money. We met with them as stakeholders, explained the situation, and they willingly agreed to step aside without any argument or financial demand." Elegbeleye added that the league had approached other clubs including Sporting Lagos and Gombe United, who declined the offer to step in. Eventually, Heartland was selected. He emphasized that the scenario was an exception, not a precedent. He added, "If a similar case arises where a single entity owns two clubs, we will handle it the same way. But outside such circumstances, no club will be allowed to sell its slot." Meanwhile, the NPFL confirmed the promotion of Wiki Tourist, Kun Khalifat, Warri Wolves, and Barao FC to the top flight. At the same time, Lobby Stars, Aqua United, Heartlands, and Sunshine Stars were officially relegated. And I ask, is it proper to select Heartland FC, a club that was already relegated, to remain in the league? You can be a part of the show by calling our studio lines on 0808 427 5464. I'll take the number again, 0808 427 5464. And you can also comment on our Facebook handle, because we are streaming live on Facebook. That is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi, and I'll read your comments live. You can also like our page and follow us. That would be nice. So, back to the topic of discussion. As we are saying, there are some clubs that are already relegated, and there are some that were promoted from last season. When the season ended, of course, some will be relegated, some will be promoted. The clubs that will relegated from the NPFL will go into the Nigerian National League, while those from the Nigerian National League will be promoted to the Nigerian Professional Football League. As it stands, the club that were promoted were Beyond Limits, Wiki Tourist, Kun Khalifat, Warri Wolves, and Barao FC. These clubs were promoted. Now, this is where the problem lies. The Beyond Limit Football Club is owned by same club as Remo Stars, the champions of the Nigerian Professional Football League. They were owned by the same club. Actually, Beyond Limit is supposed to be like a feeder club for Remo Stars. I think the man that owns that club knows how to manage that club very, very well, because they are doing exceptionally well. They won, Remo Stars won the Premier League, while Beyond Limits in the second division also topped the league, meaning they qualified for the NPFL. Now, because these two clubs are owned by same owners, they definitely cannot play in the Nigerian Professional Football League. So what, in such situation, what should be done? Therefore, the NPFL management said they approached some clubs to take that spot and they refused. After speaking to the owner of Beyond Limits, and he had no issue, he didn't mention anything about money. Therefore, they spoke to some club. Heartland eventually took that spot. So after Heartland took that spot, a lot of people came out and were criticizing that they actually sold the spot out. And Benga Elegbeye, the chairman of NPFL, came out to explain this. But I'm asking, is it proper for a club that has been relegated? Everybody knows that this club is relegated. Then somehow, I'm not saying anything is fishy, but still seeing this club in the Premiership the next season, is it a good one? That is what we are discussing today. You can call us on our studio line. Call us on 0808 427 5464. I'll take the number again, 0808 427 5464. Call us and let us have your say on this. You can also comment on our Facebook handle, that is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi, and I'll read your comment here live. Beyond Limit is a very young club. If we go by the clubs that are in Nigeria, it was founded in 2022. Very, very young club. 2020 by Kunle Soname. And the club serves as the youth football wing of Remo Stars, and they compete in the Nigerian National League. That is second tier of Nigerian football. So last season, Beyond Limits, they did very, very well, and they were promoted. No doubt about that. They did very, very well, and they were promoted to the Nigerian Professional League. However, they can't meet that condition because two clubs cannot be in the Premiership. Of course, two clubs cannot be in the Premiership everywhere. It can cause a lot of problems when since they are owned by the same parent club. One can decide to help the other. So to avoid such, they don't allow that. And that is there is a law in the NFF that states categorically that should not happen, and that is the rule B11.4 of the NFF laws. It clearly states that you can two clubs owned by the same owner cannot be in the Premiership. Now we have other clubs like Lobby Stars that were relegated. We don't know if Lobby Stars were contacted. Aqua United was also relegated. Heartland, they were also relegated. Sunshine Stars were also relegated, but they said it was Heartland that actually came out to say that they want to come back to the Nigeria Premier League, and it was granted. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening.
Yes, a very good evening to you, sir.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
You are speaking with Oliver Nyikia,
okay,
better known as Busy Brain, the king of sports in Abenga here in Aledi.
Okay, Busy Brain. Did you get our analysis of what we are discussing?
Yes.
So,
over the chairman of the Nigerian Professional Football League.
Yes.
Is not supporting the sale of slot to club to play in the Nigerian Professional League.
Yes.
So looking at the case of Heartland of Owerri, as they are being relegated. Yes, just like our own darling stars or lobby stars here.
Yes.
They are also relegated.
Yes.
But if for me, if you ask me, I would say it will not be something bad to sell slot to some of this in the clubs so that they will come back and play again.
Why would
So
you
for
say
me-
why would you say that? You are relegated, you are not good enough. You should go. You should go. There's another league down there. Those people that are good enough should go up. It's as simple as that.
Exactly. I understand the angle, and it will be a very welcome development if you are relegated. At least you should go and play the division league. Then you will
Yes.
see bounce back
Bounce
if you are
back, yes.
qualified.
So
But if you are relegated and they are still bringing you in their other hands, it shows that there is nothing serious about the game again.
mm,
So, and I agree with what the NFL chairman is saying.
all right, thanks for that one.
Yes, God bless you for the opportunity.
And God bless you too.
Thank you.
Yes, he is saying that he agrees with the NFF, that is NPFL chairman. Slots shouldn't be sold. I think that thing used to happen in the past where clubs sell their slot. It is no longer done now. Hello.
Good evening, Ben Kuji.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Gondo Amos calling from Sabonjida, Ghana.
Okay, Amos, can you speak louder and go on?
Okay. I didn't agree with what the chairman did
Okay.
because Heartland were relegated to the second division.
Yes.
It means they did not perform well,
Yes.
so they have to go. So this thing that is being owned by the winner of the league.
Yes. By Remo Stars.
There was a competition they played. That is the 8 teams compete for the fourth slot.
Yes. Yes.
So now that one is going, the fifth team would have joined the professional league.
Yes.
So I didn't buy the idea of bringing back Heartlanders to play in the professional league when they were relegated. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is a very insightful one because 8 teams actually played the playoff, where 4 eventually qualified to be promoted. Hello.
Good evening, Ben.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Kenneth from Air Force Base.
Okay, Kenneth, go on.
Ben, I really do not know what to say about the scenario you just painted out. Because how we see it being done other climate, especially people where we follow, we copy from them.
Yes.
We see that we just saw this just concluded season. Crystal Palace qualified to play in Europa League.
Yes.
But because initially, even though the owner tried as much as he could to sell off the right to another person, the right of Crystal Palace qualifying for UEFA Europa League they were denied. Rather, given the slot Nottingham Forest qualified for, or Nottingham Forest got,
Yes.
which was to play in the UEFA Europa Conference League. Meaning to say, 2 clubs cannot contest or compete in same competition being sponsored by one body.
Yes.
So here in Nigeria, instead of bringing a club that has already gone relegated back to the league, I think to me it's a wrong one. What I expected to have done is, since from the NLL, it's not only the promoted clubs that are there. There are other clubs.
Yes.
Outside the club that finished top, they should have done it in such a way that the club that finished second would now automatically become the first club to qualify.
Yes.
Second, third, fourth, if possible, then they will all qualify. Instead of saying a relegated club should remain in the league, to me, it's quite wrong. To me, I don't really accept their analogy. Whatever scenario they are painting out to us, I don't accept with it. They should have brought a club from the NLL and not a club from the Premier League that was already relegated to remain in the league. To me, I don't subscribe to that analogy they are pointing out.
All right. Thanks for that one. He said he doesn't subscribe to that analogy they are trying to paint out, where a club that was relegated still playing in the Premiership, in the Premier League, in the Nigerian Premier League. Because if you look at from the National League, they played a top that is Super 4. So he scored, or is it Super 8? Now, out of those that played, there's somebody that came first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, sixth, like that. I think the normal thing to do is once Beyond Limit is not competing because it has a parent club in the Premier League, remove Beyond Limit, the second should be first, the third should become second. So the last club that didn't qualify takes that spot. I think that is what the last caller is trying to explain. But what is your take on this? The NFF said they contacted some clubs and they turned it down. They didn't have any option than to, and they when they met Heartland, and Heartland accepted, and that is why Heartland is back in the league. What is your take on that? You can call us on our studio line. Call us on 0808 427 5464. I'll take the number again, 0808 427 5464. You can also comment on our Facebook. That is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi, and let's have your say there. Also, I'll be here to read your comment. Let me just check Facebook if there's any message there. There's no message there. Okay. So, what is your take on this? We have a caller. Hello.
Benjamin, I'm back again. It's Ugondoemos.
Okay, Ugondoemos, go on.
You know, in Nigeria, everywhere there is corruption. Those 8 teams were playing for promotion. The other 4 just have an edge over the other 4 that were not promoted. So now that one of the promoted team can't play, why not? They should have made it open so that we will know that these teams did not agree to come and play in the professional team, in the professional league. Now that he's saying that he contacted them and they all refused that they will not play, it's a big lie, it's corruption.
All right, thanks for that one. That is what they actually said, and I don't have fact to back that up. He said they contacted some of these clubs. He even mentioned the clubs they actually contacted and they turned it down. That is why they had to meet Heartland, and Heartland accepted, and that is why Heartland is going to be in the league. Now, there are also situations where I don't know if because I know my darling club, Lobby Stars, were also relegated. My concern actually was Lobby Stars actually contacted, and I believe if Lobby Stars were contacted, we won't turn that offer down. We won't, for the love of heaven, we will not turn that kind of offer down. We will not. But he said they contacted some of this club and they turned the offer down, and that is why they have to go with Heartland FC. If you're just joining us, this is Speedy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. My name is Kuji Benjamin, and we are discussing the Nigerian Professional Football League, where Heartland FC, that was among the clubs that were relegated last season, will still be in the Nigerian Professional Football League, because Beyond Limit Football Club that was promoted can't be in the league. We have a caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. This is Mario Okori from Federal House in North Bank.
Okay, Mazi, go on.
I think there are laid down rules by the managers of the Premier League.
Yes.
I think we should look at that point of view.
Mm.
If the law allows a slot to be sold to another club,
No. The club was the slot was not sold. It wasn't sold.
okay,
It wasn't sold. They gave
but
it
it's
to.
allowed.
I can't say. But what the law says that no two clubs that are that's owned by same parent club can be in the league. And this is the first time this is actually happening in the league.
Yes. I think the best thing we have to follow is the laid down rules on their books as of now.
Mm.
If it is allowed, there is nothing any person can do about it.
Okay.
Unless it's a backyard business,
Mm.
then you can protest and have something.
Mm.
So I think the best thing is this kind of thing has happened even in Premiership, in the European club.
Yes.
That's Crystal Palace and the Monaco.
Yeah.
Of France.
Mm.
Number one person. And the European Football Association said that cannot happen, that two of them cannot compete.
Yes.
And the Crystal Palace was dropped.
Yeah, and then the next in line in the league went for that spot of Crystal Palace.
Was it?
Yes, but here in Nigeria we have a situation where they just selected another club and
that's why I said we should look at the rules, whether it is accepted or not.
okay.
It depends on what their books say, their law books say.
Mm.
So if they accepted it, I think I have no reason against it.
Yes, I understand you.
That's what.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you.
Okay. Mazi is saying depending on the law of how the Premiership is governed, the Premier League in Nigeria is governed. If there is a law that supports that, nothing anybody can do. And I think that is where we call that part of the show a day. With the fixtures for yesterday, it mostly friendlies. The Premier League Summer Series where West Ham played 2-1 against Everton, and today Manchester United 4, Bournemouth 1, and Tottenham also defeated Arsenal today 1-0. And I think this is where we'll call the show a day. I'll see you on Saturday by God's willing. My name is Kuji Benjamin, and I'm saying God bless your heart. I'll see you on Saturday. Bye.
This is
Asking Radio 98.5 FM.
Oh,